And that's how floating bodies became a thing, I swear. I'm Thomas, and I've been working on an RPG for the past few months. The fact that it's been blowing up lately gave me extra motivation to do this video. Currently, I'm experimenting with techniques to create my cozy and enchanting miniature asset look, and that's why I didn't make a progress video like I promised, although I did make frequent updates on Patreon, so please consider supporting us. Unfortunately, the implementations I've made so far aren't really showable or interesting for the player. Well, except for one. Let me talk about. They're going to serve a bigger purpose in that the player can use them to his advantage. Luckily, and without going into the technical stuff, the implementation was rather easy. I've been working with the Ocean plugin for a while now and never experienced any troubles. And after I completed the crate model, I just had some fun pushing it around. From there, it wasn't a long shot to also make it react to the ocean. I went on the journey to read up on the plugin, got into the dark jungle of normal calculations, and almost lost my mind about clockwise and counterclockwise vector input. But I made a physics-based swimming system, or how I would call it, and that got me thinking about something. But for now, I haven't followed through on my excitement of using Unity's popularity and bewildering community to save myself the trouble of long development times. I'm talking about an inventory system I wanted to use, and that would save me the time to design my own. Unity has a new improved way of handling player input, so naturally the inventory system was designed when the old ugly way was the only option people had. But I went through the code and replaced all the old codes with the new methods. Weird. Fixing inputs is luckily something I've done in the past, so this was no issue. And combined with floating bodies, you can arrange a scenario that looks like this. So you arrive at the harbor and you know that the harbor master is going to take a chunk of money for tax reasons or whatever when you pass through his office with your goods to sell them at the market. Which is the reason you naturally decide to play your alternate legal strategies and put all your stuff in a box, throw it off the ship and let it swim ashore. And with nothing to declare and still with a chunk of money, you emerge at the market, collect your stranded goods and sell them for a hefty profit. I'm really looking forward to the crazy ideas you'll come up with in the game. Anyway, you shouldn't be bound to crates to do stuff like this, which means I need more assets. So I went out and created a barrel. It took me half as long as the crate because the wood material was already done. Making believable materials in the miniature style is still a challenge for me. But the crate came out great, so it works. It's fine for now. I'll probably need a bag of sorts too. I mean, at least for marketplace decoration, so let me... Oh boy, that's not looking good. I need to figure out a real asset creation pipeline. Also for the crate I had like 24 references lying around, for the bag, none. Also, every miniature painter does have a different style of painting his minis, but I think I found a good source of references now, so I can go and figure out the best way to do small and large scale assets. For now I want to figure out a way to add items to the inventory. I mean, I just need to reference it and call a function. Wait a minute. Alright, there we go. And here we go, a working example. I can drag it, I can drop. That's the default dropping behavior. The docs say I can define my own, but it won't compile. Also, that's too deep in the code for me to touch, so maybe I'll figure something out later. For now, let's focus on something else that's been bothering me. The icon is still big when the item gets dragged. It doesn't really communicate to the player that he's done something. Let's fix this real quick and... Maybe trying to download a core feature of my game wasn't such a good idea in the first place. I mean, I got pretty unique requirements for my inventory, as it has to be displayed differently for building and regular use. I need to make my own and I need to make it as modular and independent as possible. It needs to be a perfect fit, so I'll be doing that myself then. As for the assets, the texture work and the molded look have to be refined. I found a good source of strong consistent references from a store, and they're doing all the steps themselves, so no more ambiguity about the style. But then I still have to work out how to utilize tiling textures, and if I should create assets the traditional way in Blender, or if I should try something more funky. Anyway, I'm gonna continue working on the game now. I hope to make some showable progress until the next video. But for now you can tell me if you like this one feature presentation, or if you prefer a more traditional devlog video. And if you're wondering why this game is so special anyway, you can watch this video here. Until... What's that? Huh. Well, I'm cautiously optimistic.